We live in a world where feelings often outweigh facts. Professors say truth is relative. Media personalities tell us you do you. And some even claim all roads lead to God. But here's the problem. If truth becomes whatever you want it to be, it loses all meaning. But what if truth isn't up for debate? What if it's more like gravity, real, unchanging, and unavoidable? Welcome to the Binmin Popscast. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, or Pops. In this episode, I'm going to answer the question, how can you stand firm in biblical truth when our post-Christian culture tells you there are so many non-Christian views of truth? Well, to begin with, Christians believe that there are four undeniable characteristics of truth. Firstly, truth exists. It's real and based on fact. Secondly, truth is knowable. We can discover and know the truth. Third, truth is absolute. It is true for all people in all places at all times. And then finally, truth is exclusive. That means that if something is true, its opposite is false. That's simply the law of non-contradiction. But today's post-Christian culture rejects all of our beliefs. And here's how. First, there's skepticism that teaches that truth does not exist. Second is agnosticism that says truth cannot be known. Third, the most popular, relativism, proclaims truth depends on the person, situation, or culture. Fourth, and finally, pluralism claims all beliefs are equally true, even if they contradict each other. But each of these views collapses under its own weight. So let's start with the first view, skepticism, that says truth does not exist. Now, to show the contradiction, just ask the skeptic one question. Is that true? If they say yes, they just contradicted themselves because they made a truth claim while also saying no truth claims can be made. On the other hand, if they say no, they're telling you that what they said is false. So you're left wondering, why should I believe them? It's undeniable. Truth exists. So let's move on to agnosticism, which believes truth cannot be known. To show the contradiction, ask, do you know that truth is unknowable? If they say yes, they are claiming to know something is true while simultaneously claiming truth cannot be known. Well, that's a contradiction. The Bible affirms that truth is knowable because God made us to seek and understand Him. Therefore, it's undeniable. Truth is knowable. The third incorrect view about truth is relativism, which claims there is no absolute truth. Well, relativists believe all truth is relative to a person, society, or a situation. To show the contradiction, ask, is it absolutely true that there is no absolute truth? If they say yes, they've admitted to an absolute truth and contradicted themselves. It's undeniable that truth must be absolute and apply to all people in all places and at all times. It's just like math. 2 + 2 = 4. 4 is the answer everywhere, no matter how badly you may want it to be 5. Finally, the fourth wrong view of truth is pluralism that says all beliefs are equally true. It claims all religions are valid paths that lead to God, even if they contradict each other. But pluralism violates the fundamental principle of non-contradiction, which says opposites cannot both be true. For instance, if one religion says Jesus is God and another says He isn't, well, they can't both be true. It's undeniable. Truth is exclusive. As believers, we know that truth must exist and be knowable, absolute, and exclusive. Truth isn't something we invent, and it isn't hidden. It's revealed. We can discover truth through God's world and His Word. Psalm 19, 1-2 says that the heavens declare the glory of God. And 2 Timothy 3:16 says all Scripture is breathed out by God. So I'd like to leave you with this call to action. You now know how to refute false cultural narratives about truth. But it's critical how you share this information along with the truth of Christianity. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14, "Be watchful, stand firm in faith. Let all that you do be done in love." And that means when you refute these false views of truth, do it with compassion, not mean-spirited arguments. Ask questions, listen carefully, and always speak truth with courage and compassion. C.S. Lewis wrote, "If Christianity is false, it's of no importance. If it's true, it's of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important." Truth matters, and Jesus is the truth. He said in John 14:6, "I am the way and the truth and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me." Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Binmin Popscast. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and if you want, share it with a friend. For show notes or to watch other episodes, visit binmin.org. And while you're there, sign up for our newsletter. And follow us on social media to keep the conversation going. Until next time, God bless you.